Savitri, Sri Aurobindo's magnum opus. Book 4, the Book of Birth and Quest. Canto 3, the Call to the Quest. Here we find that King Ashwapati listened through the ray to other sounds than meet the sense-formed ear. And what does he hear but a voice, a powerful voice, who begins, "O force-compelled, fate-driven, earth-born race, O petty adventurers in an infinite world, and prisoners of a dwarf humanity, how long will you tread the circling tracks of mind around your little self and petty things? But not for a changeless littleness were you meant. Not for vain repetition were you built. Out of the immortal substance you were made. Your actions can be swift, revealing steps. Your life, a changeful mold for growing gods. A seer, a strong creator is within. The immaculate grandeur broods upon your days. Almighty powers are shut in nature's cells. A greater destiny waits you in your front. This transient earthly being, if he wills, can fit his acts to a transcendent scheme. He who now stares at the world with ignorant eyes, hardly from the unconscious night aroused, that look at images and not at truth, can fill those orbs with an immortal sight. Yet shall the Godhead grow within your hearts. You shall awake into the Spirit's air and hear the message which left life's heart dumb, and look through nature with sun-gazing lids and blow your conch shells at the Eternal's gate. Authors of earth's high change, to you it is given to cross the dangerous spaces of the soul and touch the mighty mother, stark awake, and meet the omnipotent in this house of flesh, and make of life the million-bodied one. The earth you tread is a border screened from heaven. The life you lead conceals the light you are. Immortal powers sweep flaming past your doors. Far off upon your tops the God chant sounds, while to exceed yourselves thought's trumpets call, heard by a few, but fewer dare aspire. The nympholepts of the ecstasy and the blaze. An epic of hope and failure breaks earth's heart. Her force and will exceed her form and fate. A goddess in a net of transience caught, self-bound in the pastures of death, she dreams of life. Self-racked with the pains of hell, aspires to joy, and builds to hope her altars of despair. Knows that one high step might enfranchise all, and, suffering, looks for greatness in her sons. But dim in human hearts the ascending fire. The invisible grandeur sits unworshipped there. Man sees the highest in a limiting form, or looks upon a person, hears a name. He turns for little gains to ignorant powers, or kindles his altar lights to a demon face. He loves the ignorance, fathering his pain. A spell is laid upon his glorious strengths. He has lost the inner voice that led his thoughts, and masking the oracular tripod seat, a specious idol fills the marvel shrine. The great illusion wraps him in its veils. The soul's deep intimations come in vain. In vain is the unending line of seers. The sages ponder in unsubstantial light. The poets lend their voice to outward dreams. A homeless fire inspires the prophet tongues. Heaven's flaming lights descend and back return. The luminous eye approaches and retires. Eternity speaks. None understands its word. Fate is unwilling, and the abyss denies. The inconscious, mindless waters block all done. Only a little lifted is mind's screen. The wise who know see but one half of truth. The strong climb hardly to a low-peaked height. The hearts that yearn are given 1 hour to love. His tale half told falters the secret bard. The gods are still too few in mortal forms.